Hello everyone, welcome once again to Code Stencil. What I want to show you today is how powerful Code Stencil is in chunking out working applications. How long is it going to take you to quickly put together, say, a pet store application or a daycare solution that somebody wants you to design and build? Well, let us just see how we're going to use Code Stencil, and in a very simple way, nothing complicated, probably in less than 5-10 minutes. So let's see. I'm going to start by creating a new Blazor CRUD application. I'm going to use Blazor, the new Microsoft technology for web applications. Okay, it gives me the opportunity to pick a project. I'll just select that as the default. And then now I'm going to just pick the DB first use schema library. In my prior video, I explained how the schema library works. So we're going to use it here now. We're going to look in our repo of schemas, hundreds of them, and then pick out one. So we're talking about a pet store, or let's say a dog kennel. Maybe somebody wants you to build up a dog kennel for them, a software for a dog kennel. And I'm going to pick up this one. Let's see, it has a breed, size, treatment type, treatment, dog. Okay, this will do. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tables. Okay, fair enough. I mean, there are more complicated schemas there, but we'll stick with this one for now. And then we move on. So what's going to happen now is that it's building up the code, not the code base, but the structure or the stencil for the code is going to generate. And at the same time too, it's going to use that schema and import it to the schema dictionary. The schema dictionary is right here, and so it's doing that now. Now over here, you see the structure of the code. But we'll just leave that for now. I mean, you don't have to bother with that, but let's go on. We're going to pick SQL Server as our database provider and select accept the default database name, which is based on the name of the schema, but you can always change that if you want to. Okay, so now it's copied the schema for us. The good thing about Code Stencil is that it separates the schema from the code logic. Code logic is here and the schema is here, and what that means is that you can actually use any stencil with this database, this schema, or vice versa. Okay, so that's it. So we have our system ready to go, and so far we've only used about 3 minutes so far. So let's see. Okay, now it's building the menus for the application, and it's going to use the names of the tables to create the menu so that I can pick a table that way. Okay, so now we're going to generate our code now. So what it does now is that it's going to combine the logic of the stencil. We pick the Blazor CRUD stencil, and then the schema, and starts to put together generate code for your application. And if you had picked another stencil, say the ASP.NET Core, the same thing too. With this schema, it's going to generate the code based on ASP.NET Core, or if you are using a third-party control like DevExpress, the same thing too. These are all stencils that have been created for this for these types of application, but you can always modify the stencil. You can even build up your own, and in another video I'm going to show you how to reverse engineer an existing code base to build the stencil. Okay, so we have options of opening up our application to compile it. As a developer, you're probably familiar with all of this. We're going to just pick the current preview of Visual Studio 2022 and use that. So far my clock here says 4 minutes. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we've loaded the generated code now into Visual Studio, and if you look over here, these are all the folders and all the files, the models, everything has been generated for you. And the next thing we are left to do now is to now compile and run the application. So let's see how that goes. Okay, ready to go. And then I hit yep, run. So the waiting or pause you have here has nothing to do with the application. It has to do with how much stuff I have loaded and how quick Visual Studio is going to compile and run the application for me. But it's doing that, and we're getting there. So far 6 minutes gone, but Code Stencil's job is actually finished right now. It's generated the code for you. Now it's now left for Visual Studio to compile and load up the website, the web application, once it finishes compiling. Uh, 6 minutes 45 seconds gone so far. Okay, so now hopefully there are no compilation errors. If there are no compilation errors, then we should see a website coming up pretty much soon. Okay, still loading. There you go. So no errors from our generated code, and this is the web application. So there you go. So you see all the different tables from the schema that we just generated, and it has all the full CRUD capabilities. So let's look at breeds. So you can enter the dog, a breed of a dog. What is a Rottweiler? Rottweiler. Save. And maybe another one. Let me see. Can I Cocker Spaniel? What's it called again now? Is it? Let's say. German Shepherd. Shepherd. H-E-R-D. Shepherd? Is that a spelling? I don't know. And so that's it. That's a quick demo on how you can quickly build an application, less than 10 minutes, picking any of the schema, anything from the schema library. Or even if you want to import your own existing database, you can do the same thing too. I'll be covering how to do that in the next video to show you how to convert your existing database into an application. Or if you have a Microsoft Access database, you can do the same thing too. So I hope you enjoyed that, and Code Stencil is very powerful, and there's so much more to show you. You'll see those ones in the upcoming videos. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and let me know your comments about what you think about this. Thank you.